What up guys, Super Metal 983 here bringing you updates and purchases number 39. And I know it's been like 4 months since we last one, and I've been uploading a bit of footage from Falling Abroad as of lately, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to break it up a little bit and do you some updates and purchases. And we've got quite a bit showcase. This is the sort of, you could see a haul from August up until pre-Christmas, you could see. I still have a couple of bits and pieces coming in from various places, but I thought, you know what, it's got big enough that I can do a video for you. So I've got quite a bit to showcase, so let's get on with it. We're going to start things off with some patches that I picked up. I have completed Battle Jacket number 3, I might as well add, and I will do a video on that next year at some point, but these two patches I had to pick up. Support your local bands, if you know what I mean. But yeah, I picked up 2 patches of local death metal band Wyattxhim. I got their logo patch, which is sick as fuck. If you haven't checked out their debut album and EP, make sure you do so. It's some really good death metal. Kind of in vein of Incantation, so if you're into that sort of style, definitely check them out. And I also picked up this triangular patch that they've got. This is, I believe, on the back of the Rite of Ascension artwork shirt that I've got, so yeah, but I had to pick it up to support my local bands, and I love Wyattxhim, so couldn't resist the urge, you could say. We've got a DVD to showcase. We've got Avengers Infinity War. It's the only DVD I've picked up. I've got a couple on my Christmas list, which I'm hoping to get, but this was the only movie that I've picked up because it's Infinity War. It's absolutely fantastic, so if you haven't seen it, make sure you do so. You'll be doing yourself a massive favour. And if you're into the Marvel Cinematic Universe and you haven't watched that, seriously. Anyway, we also have a mug to showcase. This has been in a couple of videos recently, but I got a new mug of, as you can see, Death with the iconic Scream Bloody Gore. Yeah, I yucked out my old Sepultura mug because it was faded like hell, so I wanted to get something to replace it. And this one seemed like a fitting one, especially since I was listening to the album at the time, so well, I might have to take a drink. But yeah, really happy with this, so yeah, that's another mug for the collection. Next up, we have another tattoo for you, and this one, I can't remember what number this is. I've kind of lost a little bit track at the moment, but I've got another one booked in for January 8th, so probably next updates and purchases we'll showcase another tattoo. I think that's kind of been a theme recently, but anyway, we have, if you know that artwork, you know it, but those who don't, Malevolence, Self-Supremacy, album of the year for 2017, as everyone knows from me, and over the consistent year of 2018, I've still listened to that album, still love it, and I was just like, yeah, I need to figure some way of getting that artwork tattooed on us, so I decided to get it there. It was a bit of a painful bitch around this area, as you can imagine, but nonetheless, I am thrilled a bit to have this tattoo on here. Self-Supremacy by Malevolence. If you haven't heard it, riffs for days. And a quick little side note, I can't remember the dates off the top of my head, but the day after I got this tattoo, I went to see Chelsea Grin in Manchester alongside Kubla Khan, Enterprise Earth, and Oceano. It was amazing. It was amazing. But anyway, and at that show, during Kubla Khan's set, someone jumped up on stage and did a guest spot, and I was like, I recognise that dude. Where have I seen him before? And then he said the famous MLV LTD, and I was like, Malevolence, how the fuck didn't I know? So, after that Kubla Khan set, I was looking around for them, and then I ended up meeting Charlie and Alex from Malevolence, and had a chat with them, and they were thankful about my top albums video and the review that I'd done, and they loved the new ink and posted it on their Instagram, which I was really overwhelmed by, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, this album is still one of my favourite albums of all time, and to have it inked on us in quality fashion, if you ask me, is just amazing. So thanks to Pixie from Studio 23 in Sunderland for helping us out and doing that tattoo. I've got a booked in tattoo for him to get this part done up, so keep an eye for that in the upcoming future. Next up, we'll showcase a vinyl that I picked up. As I said in my previous one, I'm aiming to pick up some of my favourite albums of all time. And this one, for all it's not one of my all-time favourite albums, it is a fantastic album. And the artwork on vinyl format just screams out quality, if you ask me. I'm talking about Amorphous with Tales from the Thousand Lakes. I saw this in Manchester when I was seeing Chelsea Green, like when I was just about to come back. I had some time to pop in the HMV. And I didn't have any money to pick it up then, but then when I called into Newcastle the other week, I saw they had a proper metal section for vinyl. And while I was raking through, I saw this and I was like, yeah, this is what I want to get right now. It's a relapse reissue, limited to 150 copies. Yeah, still one of the best artworks in existence, if you ask me. It comes on, I'm not going to put it all together, but it comes with a nice lyric sheet, with the artwork there, and it comes on a very nice blue vinyl. And I haven't spun this yet because I don't have a vinyl player, but obviously the Tales from that, Black Winter Day EP there as well. But I haven't spun that vinyl yet, so I don't know what it sounds like, but I've got the CD and I've been jamming that a lot lately, so yeah, excellent stuff. If you haven't heard of Amorphous, Tales from the Thousand Lakes, do yourself a favour. Anyway, next up, we're going to showcase some merch. I picked up a nice hoodie of, as you can see, Fetal Juice, excellent UK death metal. If you haven't checked them out, make sure you do so. And on the back, it's got this amazing design. Love that design. I love this hoodie. It's so comfy, and yeah, when people read it, I get some great looks, as you can imagine. Next up, we're going to move on to the t-shirts. There's quite a few to get through, and then we'll move on to the CDs. So first off, we've got Architects with a kind of variation on the All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us artwork, with the pretty much artwork, inverted artwork there, and the like priest sort of thing there. Really awesome design. I've had my eye on it for a while now. I got rid of me Tour shirt that I got. I might have showcased that. I got rid of that and my other one in favour of that one because I think that design is just sweet. Next up, I picked this one through Rising Merch. Yeah, Rising Merch on their Black Friday sale. I couldn't help myself about it, so I'm absolutely in love with this band at the moment. Body Snatcher with their logo and emblem design there. And their, I think it's Death of Me album artwork on the sleeve there. Yeah, the deluxe version, obviously. And then Death of Me. Yeah, written across the... Death of Me? Yeah, Death of Me written across the sleeve. Really happy with that design. I haven't worn it that much because I only received it a couple of days ago and I've been at work and stuff, so I haven't really had time. But anyway, I could have worn it for this video, but I didn't. Anyway, moving on. We have Cenotaph with Perverse Dehumanized Dysfunction artwork shirt. I ordered this directly from the band. I will say though, when I ordered it in large, and then we're currently on tour. And then when I received the parcel and opened it, I felt, this is a bit big, and took it off, and it was an XL, so I was like, oh, that's shit. So I contacted the band, and they said they'd ran out of them on tour, which I was really gutted about, but they sent us an XL to kind of replace it, which I'm a little bit bummed about, but my gran said she'll be able to take it up a little bit, and I had no idea what she meant, but she's basically made it fit more like a large a little bit, like the sleeves are still a little bit baggy and stuff, but it's Cenotaph, Perverse Dehumanized Dysfunction. If you've watched me Super Metal recommendations, you'll know I love this album, so yeah, it's a weird fitting shirt, but I'm not bothered because I love the design and I love the band, so Turkish Brutality if I'm not mistaken, so check them out. Next up, we've got a new Devil Driver shirt that I got of Outlaws Till the End, variation on the artwork shirt. Really awesome design. As I said in my last updates and purchases, that album is the perfect driving music, and I recently bought online, kind of a purchase sort of thing. I bought Forza Horizon 4 Ultimate Edition with all sorts of little bundles, and I've been driving around and listening to that album, and to me anyway, it's perfect. But I know the perfect game to listen to that album, it will be Red Dead Redemption 2 when I eventually get around to buying it, so we'll see what happens in the upcoming future. But yeah, great album, great shirt nonetheless. But this has become one of my favourite shirts now. I absolutely love this thing. Fortress with Les Hivers de Noite Epoch, I believe how it's pronounced. Yeah. Obviously, as you know, I absolutely adore this album and that artwork. And on the back it says Metal Noir Quebecois, the movement of the black metal in Quebec. But yeah, this album, yeah, I was searching I just wanted some Fortress merch because I was on a right hype at the time. And I was like, you know what, I need to pick up something, some shirt or something of them. And the first link I clicked on, I saw this and it was middle of the night and I lost my shit. And it took us about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, to decide between a long sleeve and this. And I went with a short sleeve because, you know, I want to wear this more and more and more. And I know a long sleeve in the summer is not a fun idea. Anyway, but yeah, love that shirt. They've took it down now because I was going to actually pick up the long sleeve as well. But, oh well. But yeah, maybe they'll put up some more merch in the future. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping for a, what's the album? I can't remember. Anyway, moving on, we have Full of Hell shirt. I saw these guys at Trillions not too long ago, and actually I think it was back end of August, something like that, and they absolutely blew me mind. I picked up a CD and a shirt after their set, and I'm floored by them. They are such a sick band, very unique, and if you haven't checked them out, make sure you do so. And also check out my footage if you want to hear more. I think it's black and white, the footage, but yeah, check it out. Next up, we have Human Barbecue artwork shirt. Not an album cover shirt, but I picked this up through the band themselves, as well as a copy of their second EP, I believe. Thanks to Death Metal Fan on YouTube and Luke for pointing me in the direction of where to pick this up. I'm really, really happy with it. Excellent, brutal death metal quality. And their new album, Cannibalistic Flesh Harvest, I think it's called off the top of my head. It's going to be in my top album, so check that out when it comes about. Next up, another one that's going to be making an appearance in my top albums. Ice Nine Kills with the Silver Scream. Yeah, love this album. Make sure you check out my review if you want to hear more. But if you haven't heard this album and you're into metalcore, do yourself a fucking favour. Next up, we have Ingested with the Level Above Human artwork shirt. I picked this up through Impericon. It's got the new emblem on the side and the Gods Unique Leader Records, their homeland. Yeah, love this shirt, love this album, and it's one of the best of 2018. Surprise, surprise. Next up, Martyr Defile played their farewell tour. I can't remember when it was off the top of my head, but yeah. When I went to the show, they blew me away, and they played an Active Sedition, which I was over the moon that they played. Such a good song. But anyway, I picked up their kind of farewell t-shirt. Kind of a black metal sort of design. Absolutely love it. And I've been repping this quite a bit lately. So, yeah. Rest in peace, Martyr Defiled. If you haven't checked them out and you're into deathcore, do yourself a fucking favour. Anyway, next up we have Omnipotent Hysteria with the album artwork shirt of Abattoir of the Slain Deities, New Standard Elite. I know these guys have gone on hiatus, which is sad to see. I was looking forward to seeing them at Fall in the Brawl, but this album, if you're into brutal technical death metal, I know, this is genre, brutal technical death metal, definitely check them out. Excellent stuff. Next up, this one arrived yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. Rumahoy, the Triumph of Piracy artwork shirt. Gildan Soft Style, quite a small design, but you know, Treasure Ahoy. Right on the back there. Yeah, absolutely love this album and I couldn't resist the urge to get it. So, yeah, really, really happy to have that shirt. One of the best of 2018. And I think these next two are other 2018 releases that you definitely need to check out. Soulfly with Ritual. This is the artwork shirt. Ritual Aggression. Yeah. I absolutely love Soulfly, and this album is up there as being one of my favourites in their discography. It's on par at the moment with Enslaved, and that is my favourite Soulfly album. So goddamn good. Next up, me boys in Stillbirth with the Annihilation of Mankind artwork shirt. Picked this up through Impericon. One of the best death metal releases you'll hear in 2018. It's heavy and, oh, you just need to hear it. It's just so goddamn good. Check out my review, actually, as well. And the final one, I got this not too long ago through Impericon. Wolves in the Throne Room, Black Cascade artwork shirt. Love this design, love this album. And on the back, it says, on this night, the light of the ancient world shines bright, blessing the dark tree. Is that the dark? I think it is. The dark children of the valley. Yeah, long text, but really awesome design. The only thing, it's, as you can see, same for the Runnerjma, the design's like a little bit far down, so it's kind of like a belly design, but oh well. Love that album and love that shirt, so I can't complain, really. Yeah, anyway, moving on to the CDs. We've got quite a bit to get through. We've got three piles of stuff to get through, so let's get on with it. First off, starting with Abogor with Opus 4. I'm not going to talk too much about this. It's going to be in the next Super Metal recommendation, so keep an eye out for that. Next up, I've got the new Aborted with TerraVision, as you can see, with the 3D cover. Awesome stuff, and definitely one of the strongest Aborted albums that have come out in recent years. Absolutely love this thing. So you get the CD with the Bathos EP as bonus tracks, and you get a flag as well. So yeah, I'm gonna put this box back together and put this one over there. But yeah, make sure you check out the new Aborted. It is incredible, just as good as Retro Go. I love this modern era over the old stuff, but the old stuff is still insane. Anyway, Arcrania with Tyrannical Hierarchy Volume 1. Yeah, I've reviewed this on the channel, so make sure you check it out. This is a really solid EP from 2018, definitely one of my favourites. And on the Thrack with A New Kind of Horror. Yeah, it's a very solid album. Don't know if I prefer it to the last couple of albums, but it is a good, damn good album. Next up, one of my favourites from 2018, Architects with Holy Hell. As you can see, I got it signed by the entire band. Yeah, it was an Amazon deal, kind of like the Party Drive Reverence version, so I picked this up. Really, really happy about that. Next up, we have Arsus with Visitant. Another great one from 2018. Excellent, kind of technical melodic death metal. If you're a fan of the Black Dahlia Murder, check them out. Next up, this is just vicious stuff. Autocrator with Self-Titled. Wow, this is just some vicious, nasty, no holds barred, just kind of industrial death metal sort of stuff, but make sure you check it out. Excellent stuff. I think if you're a fan of Anna on the Thrack, you'll find something to like about them. The new Behemoth with I Loved You at Your Darkest. Decent album. I much prefer the Satanist personally, but it has got some decent songs on there. Next up, Biner with Phobiate. Never had the clue that these guys were bringing out a new album, but I'm really happy they are so. And this, they're an arsehole. But yeah, they did so make sure you check out this album. Very solid death metal from 2018. Another one of my favourites from 2018, Nadir by Black Tongue. Check out my review if you want to hear more, but this is one of the best of 2018. Heavy as fucking balls. Fucking love that thing. I'm going to lose subscribers for this, but I really couldn't give a fuck. This is Black Veil Brides with Wretched and Divine, the story of the Wild Ones. Fuck me. But this is the Ultimate Edition. Yeah, I've got the standard version somewhere, and I asked for this version for Christmas, but I never got it for some reason. And I think Amazon just changed their stock a little bit and renamed everything, so I didn't get it. But yeah, it's been on me wanting this for a while, and I've got rid of the normal version and got this one because, in my opinion, this is a damn good album, if you ask me. It's way better than anything they've ever done. Any of the other stuff is quite, honestly, pap, if you ask me. But yeah, I really enjoyed this album, and I know I've just lost a few subscribers, so bye-bye. But yeah, hopefully this redeems yourself in some way. But this is Bloodbath with The Arrow of Satan is Drawn. Wow, this album is fucking outstanding. That artwork, oh, it's just creepy and, oh, vicious. Love this album. One of the best of 2018. Next up, we have Borders with Diagnosed. EP. These guys supported Martyr Defiled on their final tour, and this EP is fantastic. I've got their debut EP in slipcase format somewhere, but yeah, excellent stuff. If you're into gent metalcore, check them out. Next up, Brainsmasher with Quantum Catastrophe. It was cheap, I just picked it up. It's okay, it's just a bit wangery. Anyway, next up we have Brojob with Talk Shit, Get Kissed. Easily one of the most funniest albums I've heard in 2018, alongside Runnerjma, but this is more heavier and just, oh god, just hear the song Tickle War. you'll be pissing yourself laughing. Just CJ's guest spot from Thy Art Is Murder. Fucking hell. Anyway, Cancer with Shadow Gripped is next. I haven't checked out Cancer before. This is me first exposure to them, and this is a very, very solid album, so let us know in the comments which album I should check next of Cancer. This is a good return album, if you ask me, even though I haven't listened to their stuff. But anyway, next up we have Serogloth with In the Midst of Life, We Are in Death. Yeah, had my eye on this one for a while, and I'm finally glad I picked it up. It was cheap in Beatdown Records, and I'm really happy I did. Released under Hell's Headbangers? Yeah, Hell's Headbangers Records. Really good album. Next up, Chamber of Malice with The True Slam. One of the best EPs of 2018, and as you can see, I got signed by the guys when I was at Fall in the Brawl. Thanks guys for signing it, really appreciate it. One of the best EPs of 2018. I mean, in all honesty, by the looks of things, we're going to be doing a top EP of the year by this year, but I'm going to try and narrow it down to one for me top albums video, but yeah, we'll see what happens. Next up, we have some folk metal. Nokan Tersa with The Giants of Ald. Yeah, been after this one for a while, some really solid folk metal. Really happy to have that. Coffins with The Fleshland. Really good old school death metal, kind of in vein of Asphyx, so if you're in that sort of department, definitely check them out. Next up, one of the best of 2018. This has grown on me so much, and it might make an appearance in the top 25, but if not, honourable mentions, we'll see what happens. But this is Maya by Conjurer. Oh my god, if you're into Gojira, you will love this album. It's like a heavier, sludgier, and blackened version of Gojira. It's so goddamn good. Next up, Cranial Contamination with From the Absence of Existence. EP, one of the best EPs of 2018. If you want some solid brutal death metal, look no further. Excellent stuff. Next up, another solid one for 2018. The Crown with Cobra Speed Venom. Excellent album. Definitely check it out. Released on the Metal Blade. Next up, Darkness Divided with Self-Titled. If I'm not mistaken, these guys have called it a day, which I'm really sad because this album is killer metalcore. If you're into metalcore, definitely check this out. Really underrated stuff. Next up, a couple of Dark Throne albums to finish off this pile. We have, down there, Hear Them, which is the reissue under Peaceville. Really solid album, definitely one of their stronger albums if you ask me. And then we have Arctic Thunder by Dark Throne. Not their strongest album, in fact I find this quite boring, but it was really cheap so I decided to pick it up. But yeah, I much prefer their last album, the Underground Regime or Underground Resistance. I can't remember which one it's called, but yeah, it's a decent album. It's just quite forgetful, if you ask me. Alright, next up, we have the new Deicide with Overtures of Blasphemy. Yeah, this is obviously the box edition, which you get a couple of goodies. You get a nice patch with the emblem of the album, a little pendant with the emblem as well, some stickers, artwork, logo, band, and then obviously you get the CD in a really nice jewel case. Yeah, this album is really solid for Deicide. In the Mind of Evil, I think I prefer that album in all honesty, but this is still a damn good album. Still vicious and still pissed off with God, so yeah, I absolutely love it. So yeah, Deicide with Overtures of Blasphemy box set. I'm going to get that over there. Next up, Deserted Fear with Kingdom of Worms. Despondency with Revelation 4, Rise of the Nemesis. Been after this one for a while. The new Disturbed with Evolution. This is the deluxe edition with a couple of bonus tracks. Great album if you ask me. Ymir with the Respect issue. Another one for the Ymir collection. Entombed with Clandestine. Yeah, an absolute classic in death metal. I checked out Left Hand Path in the last updates and purchases, and I decided to give another album, and this one was next on the agenda. So leave a comment of which album I should check out next of Entombed. I've listened to Left Hand Path and Clandestine. What's the next album to go for? So let us know in the comments down below, please. And thanks to everyone who commented on The Haunted. I aim to check out those albums that you recommended, so appreciate that. Next up, we have some proper good Entombed worship, and this is incredible. This is Entrails with Tales from the Morgue. This is the reissue under Dark Descent Records. I don't know if Dark Descent did the original, but yeah, love this album. It's been on my want list for a while now. Then we have Tomb, my favourite one, The Tomb Awaits. Yeah, absolutely love this album, so if you haven't heard it, make sure you do so. In fact, I'm just going to quickly readjust. There we go. Next up, we have The Faceless with Akeldama. Been after this one for a while. Excellent technical deathcore album. Full of Hell, Trumpeting Ecstasy. Yeah, I picked this up when I saw them live because they blew me away, if you ask me. They are such a good band, so if you want some really unique stuff, definitely check out Full of Hell. It's nasty, nasty stuff. I'm going to take a quick drink. I can feel the scream bloody go inside me. Anyway, next up we have Ghost with Prequel. Yeah, I absolutely love Ghost, and anyone who doesn't like them, fuck off with your elitist bullshit. But yeah, this is an excellent, excellent album, and one of my favourites of 2018, and I know that's going to be a sin to some people, but anyway, next up we have some post-black metal. I've been really digging the post-black metal recently, and this one is a one that I've recently discovered. This is Harakiri from the Sky. Harakiri from the Sky, I believe it's called, and Arson, I believe it's called. Yeah, this one. I've seen a lot of hype about this album, and quite rightly so. This is an exceptional album. Very, very good stuff. So if you want some post-black metal check out, definitely check these guys out. Excellent stuff. The new Hate Eternal with Upon Desolate Sands. Another solid album from Hate Eternal, and proving why they're one of the best death metal bands in the game today. Next up, picked up a couple of Heaven Shall Burn albums. They've been absent from my collection for a while now, so I saw these on eBay really cheap, and I thought, you know, I'm going to pick them up. This is Heaven Shall Burn with Iconoclast. Definitely my favourite of their discography. Enzyte, what a song, and this is a special edition. I know this is quite hard to find from what I've heard, so really happy to own this one. Then we have their 2013 album, Veto. Yeah, really solid album once again. I think Heaven Shall Burn in general are like an underrated metalcore band, if you ask me. And then we have their latest album with a very weird cover, Wanderer. Yeah, that doesn't look like a metalcore album, looks like a kind of country album, but yeah, nonetheless, this album is solid as fuck. Definitely has a bit more atmosphere, and I think that's what the cover kind of emanates, but oh well. Anyway, next up, I picked this up through Rising Merch, and wow, this EP is phenomenal. This is Hollow Prophet with Hellhole, with the reissue artwork on the slipcase and the original artwork on the inside there. Yeah, deathcore supergroup featuring Ben from Shadow of Intent, Luca of Within Destruction, and Jack from Slaughter to Prevail, doing some disturbing, putrid deathcore. Just, oh, so goddamn good. I'm going to be talking about this band in a little bit, right at the end, so stick around for that. So, excellent EP, nonetheless. I picked this up with the t-shirt. This is Human Barbecue with Basement Butchering. So yeah, now I have 3 releases of these guys. I only need their debut EPs, so keep an eye out for that. I'll hopefully pick it up in the upcoming future. We'll see what happens. Next up, one of the best of 2018, Ice Nine Kills with The Silver Scream. Love this album. Make sure you check out my review if you want to hear more. And so I picked a couple of releases from Iniquitous Savagery from the guitarist of Leached, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But I picked up their EP, Compelled by Perverse Immortality. Yeah, really love this little EP. But what I love more is their debut album, Subvisions of the Psyche, released under Grind Ethic Records. Yeah, if you want some quality brutal death metal, look no further. Excellent stuff. Next up we have Jesus Piece with Only Self. Excellent album from 2018. Definitely one of the best hardcore related releases. Next up, Cranium with Slam Courses. I've never been a massive fan of Cranium's like full length material. I've much preferred their split stuff. But something about this album just, it's so heavy and crushing. Absolutely love it. But yeah, I love this album. Make sure you check it out. Next up we have Kuba Khan with Nomad. Picked this up when I saw them with Chelsea Grin, and while I was there, it's Digipack by the way, while I was there, got it signed by, I believe it was the vocalist and guitarist, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong on that, but I'm sure it was, like 90% sure. But yeah, great album, riffing hardcore. Make sure you check it out. And then we have Leached with You Took the Sun When You Left. I'll review this album on the channel. Make sure you check it out. But yeah, this is one of the best releases of 2018. Heavy and just no holds barred. Excellent stuff. And cheers to Judd from Leach for signing it at Fall in the Brawl. I really appreciate it. I was meant to get it signed at when I saw them supporting Full of Hell, but it slipped my mind completely. But yeah, really happy to have this album. I'll be mentioning it in my top albums, guaranteed. Next up we have A Life Once Lost with Ecstatic Trance. Yeah, another album from these guys. I want to pick up more of these guys because this is some solid metalcore releasing the Season of Mist. Excellent, very unique stuff, I might as well add. And the final pile we've got today, we're going to start things off with Make Them Suffer and their album Worlds Apart. Yeah, great metalcore album from, I believe, 2017, yeah. Really solid album. Definitely, I much prefer Neverbloom, but this is still a solid album. I do enjoy the metalcore stuff that they're putting out at the moment. Next up, we have Malevolence with Reign of Suffering. Now, this isn't the reissue. This is the original first press under Sage and Media Records. I knew there were plans to repress it on CD, but after seeing them at Fall in the Brawl, seeing them at Chelsea Green, it reminded us that I needed to pick up this CD, and I raked around and found one on Amazon for a little bit overpriced, I'm not going to lie, but I couldn't resist it for original press, and it was about 20 quid, something like that, I don't know. But yeah, I'm really happy to own the original press, and this album is a riffer, but obviously not as good as Self Supremacy, if you ask me. My opinion. Anyway, next up, classic album, Mayhem with D Mysterious Dom Sathanas. It's been absent from my collection, and it is a solid album, and I was looking back on when I saw them at Lords of the Land Festival playing that album in full, and I was like, I don't have that. I need to pick it up. So, yeah, picked it up. Next up, the new Memphis Mayfire with Broken. An excellent album from Memphis Mayfire that can do no wrong, if you ask me. Monasteries with Pulmonary Failure EP, the new EP from Monasteries, and cheers to the guys for signing it. Really appreciate it. Really solid EP. If you want some quintessential deathcore, definitely check that one out. Next up, Monuments with their new album Francis. Yeah. Another solid album from Monuments. Excellent band. Glad they're back. And guns are blazing. Next up, we have some brutal death metal that I picked up from Rotten Music, I think it was. Excuse me. We have Nephrectomy with Interspecies Bondage. Pretty sure the artwork. Excellent slam. If you want to check some out, definitely check that one out. And some technical brutal death metal here in the shape of Neurogenic with Aerobic Stagnation. Yeah, this album. Make sure you check this out. This is some really repulsive, just assault on your senses. Excellent, excellent stuff. Next up, I just want to send a tribute out there to me boys, Neck Silver. Rest in peace, guys. You did an absolutely amazing job since 2009 when you incepted, and yeah, you've left a legacy in the Northeast metal and core community, but not only that, in the world of metal, if you ask me, and you've left it good with your final EP, Asceti 1. This is outstanding. Make sure you check out my review, but rest in peace, Neck Silver. Shout out to me boys, Dylan, Connor, Simon, Chris, Ryan, and Steve. Rest in peace, guys. This is amazing. Make sure you check out their previous material, Eschatologies, Defile the Flesh of Innocence, and the Trials of Mankind album. All fantastic releases, and this just puts the cherry on top of the cake, you could say, but make sure you check it out. Excellent stuff, and check out my review. Anyway, next up, I got this double album of Nocturnal Mortem, which I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce, but I've listened to one of the discs. I still need to get around to the other one, but yeah, this is incredible, incredible stuff. It's the final Nocturnal Mortem album that I want to pick up. The rest of their stuff I'm a little bit sketchy on, because I'm not sure if it's NS or whatever, but yeah, make sure you check out this album. It's an excellent package, and yeah, I'm looking forward to a new album in the upcoming future. Hopefully. Anyway, next up we have Obliterate with Impending Death. One of the best deathcore releases of 2018. Excellent stuff. Signed uniquely to Records, the Kings. Anyway, next up we have Omnipotent Hysteria with Abattoir of the Slain Deities. Got this when I ordered the shirt, and if I'm not mistaken off the top of my head, yeah, they signed the booklet for us, which I'm really, really happy about, especially since they've parted ways and gone on hiatus. So yeah, really happy that I snagged it while I could. Really happy about that. I believe this is pronounced Pekatum, with Struggling From Within. Yeah, he sounds like one of his previous bands. If you haven't checked this out, it's very, very good stuff. Kind of symphonic, mystical, and quite a unique album. Definitely check this out. It's definitely not like Emperor. It's definitely not like Isan. It's very different. So make sure you check it out. Excellent stuff, if you ask me. Next up, we have Plague Rider with, I believe this is pronounced Rhizome. I believe how it's pronounced. Their new EP. Yeah, excellent, excellent stuff. If you're into Pyron, you'll find something to love about this EP. It's absolutely fantastic. Big shout out to the guys. Excellent stuff. Next up we have Primordial with, I was going to say Primordial Swarm. Check them out, by the way. Primordial with Where Greater Men Have Fallen. My first Primordial album. Really happy to own this. Oh fuck. In the last take I really struggled to pronounce this, but this is Putridity with Degenerate Anthropophagical Euphoria. Fuck, I'm not even going to do a second attempt on that. But yeah, this album is incredible. If you're into technical brutal death metal, definitely check this out. It's fast, blistering, and just heavy. Excellent stuff. Next up, this was kind of like a freebie. I got a coupon for like £10 off, so I decided to pick this up. It's an absolute classic. Repulsion with Horrified. Yeah, I've been wanting to check this out for a while, and I just decided to pick it up on a blind buy, and it's alright. It's not something that I will return to frequently, but it is still a decent album to listen to. It's a like 2 CD edition sort of thing, reissue, you could say. I don't know, but yeah, really happy to own this. I like getting classic albums in my collection, especially if they're decent. Alright, next up, an absolute ripper from 2018. In fact, these next two are. This is Revocation with The Outer Ones. Yeah, a lot of people's been hyping about this, and quite rightly so. Excellent, excellent album. Then we have Rise of the North Star with The Legacy of She, I believe how it's pronounced. Kind of new metal mixes with hardcore and a little bit of beatdown in there. So if you want something quite unique from 2018, definitely check this out. Really, really solid stuff. Definitely a surprise in 2018, if you ask me. Next up, we have Sidious with Revealed in Profane Splendor. Yeah. Haven't listened to this one in a long time, and I just picked it up because it was quite cheap on eBay. Released under Keotoxin Records. But yeah, if you want some really solid black and death metal from what I remember it was, definitely check this out. Good stuff. Cannot wait to give that a spin again. Next up, two more. Funny enough, we mentioned these in the shirts in the same order. This is Soulfly with Ritual. Obviously the Digipack edition. Amazing album from 2018. And also, continuing it, Stillbirth with Annihilation of Mankind. Unique Leader Records did a bang up job with this one again. And cheers to the guys. If you can see, there's one there. Couple within. But yeah, there's some I didn't get signed, but cheers to the guys from Stillbirth for signing it at Fall in the Brawl. I really appreciate it. And cheers for checking out my video and sharing it, guys. Really appreciate it. But yeah, excellent album. One of the best of 2018. We're getting near the end now. Undergang with Till Doden Us Skiller, I believe how it's pronounced. Some quality death metal right here, released under Extreme Music in 2012. Yeah, I need to pick up more of these guys. This is some quality death metal right here. Then we have, probably going to mispronounce this one as well, Wyattxhim. The Antagonist's Fire. Yeah, picked this up through UKEM Records. Excellent stuff, released under World Terror Committee, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, excellent black metal. If you want some really quality black metal, definitely check this out. Excellent stuff. Then we have the new Wyattxhim with De Doden Hibben Hit Good 3. Yeah, released under Century Media Records. As you know, De Doden Hibben Hit Good 2 was in my top albums of 2017, and this one follows suit, if you ask me. I absolutely love Wyattxhim. Definitely one of my favourites in black metal. This is released in 2018 under Century Media Records, so yeah, excellent album. I don't think it's going to make me top albums, but it might make me honourable mentions. We'll see what happens. I've got so much to get through at the moment, so check this album out if you want some quality black metal from 2018. No idea about this one, but it was a freebie. This is War Is Me with Genesis. Yeah, haven't listened to this, and I don't think I plan to, but yeah, it was a freebie. And finally, we've got a couple of split releases that I got recently. This is Worldwide Slamicide featuring Crepitation from the UK, Gorvent from Japan. We have Splattered from the USA and Stillbirth from Germany. Yeah, this split is fantastic. All the songs of Stillbirth are on their album Annihilation of Mankind, I might as well add. But as far as I can tell, the other bands put out new material, and this is some fantastic slam, brutal death metal. If you want something heavy, definitely check this out. I think, personally, Crepitation steals the show on this one. So make sure you check it out, and check out Crepitation as well. Excellent band. And as we mentioned before about Hollow Prophet, they did a split release this year with Scumfuck called, well, I don't know if it's called this, but I'm going to call it, this is the Scum Prophet split. Yeah, featuring Hollow Prophet and Scumfuck. Yeah, Scumfuck is Dickie Allen's side project on the side of Infinite Annihilator, and obviously Hollow Prophet, who we mentioned before. But my god, this is one of the heaviest things you will hear in 2018. It's not quite as heavy as Black Tongue, sorry guys, but this is quality, heavy, repulsive, bone-shatteringly heavy stuff. I mean, I absolutely love this split. I mean, out of the two, Hollow Prophet definitely sealed the deal on this one. But then when the last track, Scum Prophet, comes in, which is a collaboration track between the two bands, oh my god, it boggles the mind how repulsive that song is. But yeah, make sure you check out this split. I picked this up at the Chelsea Grin show. I met Dan at the show, and he brought this along for me, the first press. I was after the second press, but he was like, oh, I've got the first press. I was like, that's even better. I prefer the artwork on that one. So really happy to have this. So if you haven't checked it out, one of the best splits, or if not, let's see. Yeah, the best split of 2018, hands down. Excellent stuff. So yeah, I might mention it again in my top albums video, because I want to talk about my favourite split. my favourite EP, and then on to the honourable mentions and the top 25. So look forward to that long video when it comes about, because I know I'll probably put time lapses and stuff in the video this time, so you just can jump to the sections. So, but yeah, that's all the purchases that I've been making over the past 4 months since we last one. As far as stuff that's coming in, I'll just stick that in the next updates and purchases whenever that comes about. It'll probably be in the new year, but we'll see what happens, because I really want to knuckle down and focus all my efforts on the top albums video in the upcoming future. But I still have quite a bit of footage from Fall in the Brawl coming up very soon of an array of bands. But yeah, so make sure you check out all these bands that I mentioned and stick around for more content. And oh, while I'm at it, I mentioned it in my Arcania review. I'd just like to thank everyone who has supported me over the course of 2018. I've broke 900 subscribers, which blows me mind, and I can't believe I've reached this milestone after the efforts that I've been putting in this year. I'm not gonna lie, it feels worth it, and I'm looking forward to 2019, a big year in 2019. There's so many releases already been announced that I want to review, so we'll see what happens in the upcoming future. More gig footage and all that in the future, definitely. That seems to be doing me a favour, and everyone seems to be liking it, so I really appreciate it. But yeah, look forward to my top albums video when that comes about, and then updates and purchases not too long after that. So yeah, that's the plans for the upcoming future, and yeah, as usual, I'll see you until next video. Remember, stay metal, and I'll see you later.